So, talk with me about how Shake Shack has handled this crisis. How has it sort of adapted and pivoted as this crisis continues?
Well, I think, look, the most important thing is to say thanks to our team. Anybody who is an essential worker right now, and we're not talking broadly enough about how restaurant workers truly are essential. We've had to pivot our company. We've never, in the history of Shake Shack, and nearly 300 shacks around 15 countries in the world, we've never had a drive-through. And today, every one of our restaurants that remains open is effectively a drive-through. We've pivoted to doubling down on our digital initiatives to make sure our own app and web channels, in addition to lots of great delivery partners that are picking up, are allowing our team to work safely and us to feed our communities. And it's been just awesome to watch the heroic amount of stories of our teams who are feeding their communities, taking Shack burgers over to hospitals and feeding workers. We were on CNN with that yesterday in one of the features you had. And it's just been really encouraging during this tough time. Look, we're deeply impacted. We'll remain that way for some period of time. But we're going to ensure that we strengthen our balance sheet during this time, take care of our team, so that at the end of this, we can exit in a strong position.
How do you strengthen your balance sheet in such a tough time, though?
Well, look, it's not easy. I mean, we're doing obviously a small percentage of the sales we used to do, but we're making sure that we can operate those restaurants in the safe way. We were able to. We've been fortunate. We've never had debt, never had a penny of debt in this company ever. We've been public for 5 years, so we pulled the revolver of $50 million that we had to make sure that in this interim time we can do that. We're having important conversations with all of our business partners to ensure that ongoing strength. Because look, and I listened to Lindsay just before me there, I think no one knows how long this lasts. And when we do, I hope flatten that curve as we're all starting to see some good indication of that as we re-enter some kind of normalcy. That'll happen slowly. And it'll happen, I think, in ways where restaurants will continue to reopen. Restaurants and our guests will find new ways to get to us through pre-ordering, picking up, through delivery, and to come into Shacks in a way that can remain safe. So that, look, we've got a lot of restaurants we want to build. Shake Shack's a growth company. We grew 30% last year alone. And we intend to get back to that at the appropriate time when we can, and we can do it safely.
What permanent changes do you see in the mix once the economy reopens even slowly?
I do think people will gather again. There's a fundamental human need in our world for people to come together. I think we will remember that very quickly when we know it's safe to do. Nobody knows the time frame that we'll do that, but I believe we will. In the meantime, I think what people are going to be looking for is convenience, safety, and working with brands that they can trust. So I think restaurants like ours, you may look a little different as we enter. As people slowly begin to even enter our restaurants right now. Right now, we greet you at the door, and hopefully you've pre-ordered and we've got your Shack for you right there. As that comes back, people will enter again. I think you'll see us making moves so that everybody has a little more space. Everybody has an expectation of time, and the convenience factor is greatly raised. However, we're going to want the experience factor too. I don't believe we're just going to become robots who will only order things online and have them shipped to them. We're going to be craving to get out. And restaurants like ours will have to figure out that flow and do it in a really comfortable way where people feel the hospitality that our company's been built on for all these years. We want you to feel like we're on your side, and we're going to keep finding lots of ways to do that, mostly in our digital and convenient channels.
Has Shake Shack applied for any government stimulus help?
We've applied for a PPP loan, and we're proud that we've had a long-term relationship with our banking partner, JP Morgan, and we've been able to get one of those loans that'll help us continue to employ our teams and take care of the necessary business expenses that those loans are intended for. So we've been fortunate to get that moving quickly.